I go through her phone, and why the fuck did she send this man a picture of the suppositories? And she was like, these are the ones that she gave me. I've been taking them. I don't know why I'm still getting BV. And he wrote, I'll find out for you. She replied, you must be giving it to me and getting it from her. In comes in our mother. She felt the tension immediately. She was like, what's going on? I said, I don't know. Ask your daughter why she's been texting my man. And my mom's looking at both of us like, what's going on? And I said, I don't know. Let's read these text messages. I start reading them aloud. She's like, no, stop. My mom slaps her dead in her fucking mouth. Before my mom's fingers leave her face, I'm already on top of her. I come running.
Welcome back to another episode of Clacked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. How I found out my sister was sleeping with my boyfriend of 5 years. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into it.
I found out that my sister was sleeping with my boyfriend of 5 years after coming home from not seeing her for 4 years. I've tried to make this 1,000 times, but it's so hard and lengthy. I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I get hormonal fluctuations which give me BV. This is very important. I take these pills called Sleep Tight suppositories by a company called Sleepy Sis. They take my BV away within 1 day. This is also important to the story. I have always known this about myself, and I always have the pills on standby for when it happens. My sister moves back after being in California for so many years, and she's already known my boyfriend because we flew out there, she's been home, whatever the case is. However, not thinking anything of it. Now, we're close, but we're not close to where I'm like, yeah, girl, like, I got BB this week. Like, it's not that close, but it's close to where, like, bitch, I miss you, how you been, blah, blah, blah. So it's been a year, she's been home, and one day she calls me and she was like, hey, I need you to take me to the clinic. And I'm like, why do you need me to take you to the clinic? And she's like, because I have like a weird fishy smell down there and it just doesn't look right. So I'm like, does it itch? And she was like, no, it's not a yeast infection. Like, I looked it up, I think I have BV. So I say, okay, well, let's go to the doctor, whatever. Take her to the doctor. She has BV. Cool, everything's cleared up, moving along. A month later, I end up getting BV again. And this time I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm known to get BV after my period. But I do know that my pills, the sleep tights, they take away my BV within one night. I just pop them in, go to sleep, my BV is gone. So whatever, I do the same routine. But this is where it gets weird. 2 days, maybe 3 at max after I do this, my sister calls me again to tell me that she's got BV again. Now, mind you, I have PCOS and hormonal fluctuations. I'm used to this happening here and there, but it was just so weird that now my sister, who's never gotten BV, all of a sudden is getting BV. Me and my man of 5 years take a shower together. I watch him wash himself. And, sometimes I help him or whatever the case is, right? And I also take these suppositories. So I know that they work because I am true to them. Like, I've been buying for them for like 4 years now, okay? Small little business. So now when she calls me again, I'm like, okay, well, since we know it's BV, I have these suppositories that you could take. So she was just like, oh my God, yes, I would love that. And she was like, how often do you get BV? Like, why did you just have these on standby? And I'm just like, oh, I get them sometimes because sometimes my hormones fluctuate because I have something called PCOS, whatever. But you could take them. Now, mind you, she already knew I have PCOS. So I was just giving her the rundown on how everything worked. So one day we're at my house, we're hanging out, I'm in the shower. I get out of the shower and I go in the kitchen and it is awkward. I could cut the tension with a knife. They both look like they were talking about something or doing something they shouldn't have been. And they're like, oh, hey, like, but as soon as I seen that, I felt a knot in my stomach. My ears start ringing. I start feeling hot. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, nothing. Instantly knew something was up. But this is my sister and my man of 5 years. Like, couple days later, I ended up getting BV again. This time I thought it was weird because I usually get it after my period, not before. So I'm talking to my mom on the phone and she was like, oh, did you give your sister some pills for BV? And I'm like, yeah, why? And she was like, oh no, she was just telling me that, she keeps getting BV and she has to keep taking these pills and that you give her the pills or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because I also get BV or whatever. So my mom's like, oh, I wonder if that's like something hereditary or whatever, but like I don't get BV. So she was like, I got it one time in college and that was it. Cool. Don't mention to anybody that I have BV at this point, right? Because now something is telling me to just clear it up with this suppository and watch what happens. I'm at home one day. My man ends up coming home like an hour later than he usually does because he had to stay over for overtime or whatever the case was. The very next day, I got BV. I call my sister and I'm just like, hey, like chopping it up with her. Like, I'm like, oh, we should have brunch this weekend, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, blah, blah. I'm like, how are those like sleep tight pills I've been giving you? She's like, girl, these are amazing. My BV be gone within one day. I was like, when's the last time you got BV? She was like, oh, I got it like yesterday. I think she said yesterday, the day before. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Cool. I'm like, dang, it must be the weather. And she's like, yeah, because I never used to get this. And all of a sudden I'm getting this. So 2 weeks after that, we end up having a barbecue at the house. And my sister, running outside behind her kid, leaves her phone on the stand, whatever, on the kitchen island. Curiosity, baby. It killed the cat, and apparently hers, because it's rotten. I go through her phone, and why the fuck did she send this man a picture of the suppositories? And she was like, these are the ones that she gave me. I've been taking them. I don't know why I'm still getting BV. And he wrote, I'll find out for you. She replied, you must be giving it to me and getting it from her. The BV is the gift that keeps on giving. Like, 5 years down the drain, I do not talk to my sister no more. They don't talk to each other no more as far as I know. He is doing his own thing. She moved back to California. And that's how I found out that my sister was sleeping with my man of 5 years. I'm clearly just waking up.
So I just looked up what BV is, and apparently it's some kind of bacterial infection regarding the woman's genitals. Sisters, I'm pretty sure y'all are more familiar with this than I am, of course, but that's crazy. That is insane. So her sister was apparently getting BV by way of her because she is, of course, sleeping with her man, and her sister is sleeping with her man as well. Trifling. It's outright trifling. You know, I looked it up. They said that it doesn't really seem like something that could be transmitted, although it is bacteria, so I don't really know. But one thing I do know is, regardless if it's able to be transmitted or not, sleeping with your sister's man is bogus. Let's keep going.
Okay, good. So it marks out his name. I had scratched it out, but whatever. So this was a text message that was in the phone. And for those of you asking, I fought her. Like, I need y'all to be so for real. When she walked back into the house, I had her phone in my hand. And at first she didn't see it. And then she was like, where's my phone? And I looked at her like, where's your phone, huh? She's like, what do you mean? But like, why do you have my phone? And I'm like, why are you texting Henny? She's like, huh? I'm not. I just, like, sometimes I'll, like, text him if I have, like, a problem that for, like, man problems or, like, I just, okay, well, if you want your phone, come get it from me.
I have yet to meet a woman that does this. What woman texts her friends or sister's man? I've never heard of a woman doing that. Not a woman that's a genuine, true friend. Never heard of it. That is a red flag. Let's keep going.
Now, at this point, it's just her and I in this kitchen. Ain't nobody in this kitchen. She was like, why are you being weird? And I said, well, if you want your phone, come over here and get it. That's like, how's that weird? Come over here and get it. And then in comes in our mother. She felt the tension immediately. She was like, what's going on? I said, I don't know. Ask your daughter why she's been texting my man. And my mom's looking at both of us like, what's going on? And I said, I don't know. Let's read these text messages. I start reading them aloud. She's like, no, stop. My mom slaps her dead in her fucking mouth. Before my mom's fingers leave her face, I'm already on top of her. I come running. At this point, I think like I had blacked out. I'm fighting her. And my mom kind of just steps back and she's like yelling for help. But at the same time, she's kind of like, you get that. That's what you get. I was called every name in the book. I was called crazy. He was the one that split us up amongst other people. My favorite fucking suppository brand is what led us here. Shout out to them. But yeah, I immediately started yelling about everything that I found in the phone. I told him he got to get out the house, and I told her she's dead to me, and I haven't spoken to her since. It's been years. I mean, obviously her and my mom are cool, whatever, like, duh. He tried several times to reconcile with me, but we don't have no kids. So I was like, toodaloo. And for those of you wondering, yes, I still take those suppositories, and I may or may not have wrote them and told them if they see this name, ban them from that site, honey. I gave them the lore. I told them everything that had happened, okay? And tell me why they sent me a free PR package with everything in it. Period panties, bubble bath, their vagina wash, their suppositories, their hoodie, and they're coming out with tampons and pads. And gave me a discount for those when they come out. I may have lost something, but I still won at the end. This is part 3 to my sister sleeping with my boyfriend for 5 years and me finding out because we both shared BV and seeing a text message in her phone between the both of them. There's a lot of comments, a lot of misleading comments, a lot of incorrect comments, so I wanted to go ahead and address them. Number 1, do you still get BV now that you're not with him anymore? And the answer is yes, because he was not the reason I was getting BV. Number 2, BB comes from men, and that's why women are getting it, and it's like letting us know that we're being cheated on. That's also incorrect. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. This is for those of you who are hands-on learners, because a lot of you need this chart. Bacteria vaginosis. Okay, we're going to start with chart 1. Bacteria community. Women are the only species on Earth to have the bacteria community that they do. That's why there has been limited research and studies done. Because of this, we are the only ones who can pretty much give it to men. Men do not have a bacteria community. Sorry. So now that we got that out of the way, it starts with women. Sorry, hate to be the one to tell you all this. Second, when women and men interact, women give men bacteria vaginosis, right? If she has bacteria vaginosis, she sleeps with him, she is now giving him bacteria vaginosis, okay? When she clears up her bacteria vaginosis, now he still has bacteria vaginosis. Why? Because it's hiding in his foreskin or his urethra, and he hasn't gotten any oral antibiotics or hasn't thoroughly cleaned himself like he properly should. Is it an STI? There were studies that were recently done. Everybody says it's an STI now. No, it's not. They were doing studies done to see if it could be an STI, but it's not. Why? Because an STI means transmitted infection. However, you can get bacteria vaginosis if you're a virgin, even if you're not a virgin. How and why? Because clothes, bathing suits, underwear. Men are alkaline, women are acidic. So when you sleep with a man, you can actually be either allergic or your two cannot mix well, causing bacteria vaginosis. It could be your gut, what you're eating, how you're doing your day-to-day life. And lastly, hormone fluctuations like polycystic ovarian syndrome. You see that little red dot right there? I put that there to show you that during your periods, your hormones fluctuate very heavily, especially if you already have a hormonal imbalance. And things like that cause an overgrowth of bad bacteria, which is bacteria vaginosis is now growing in you. So I just wanted to point that out, that it starts with women, and if men are not properly getting taken care of, they're not washing themselves, yes, it becomes a problem. It becomes a gift that keeps on giving. You get cleaned up, but he still has it. Now he's giving it back to you. And if he gets it from someone else, now he's giving it to you. So I just want to put that out there because I don't like people to be misled or uneducated in bacteria vaginosis. I have PCOS. I know why I get it, because of my hormonal fluctuations on my period. At least 20% of women who go through IVF are dealing with bacteria vaginosis and have absolutely no idea, and it's causing miscarriages. Yeah, the more you know. I hope that I taught you guys something today. Let me know if I did. Thank you. Also, shop sleepysis.com because they got washes too for those of you who don't need the suppositories.
So, what do you guys think about this story time? Well, first and foremost, I think that it's wonderful that she takes care of her body and that she keeps up with her maintenance as a woman. Many of the sisters that watch me, majority of you are sisters that watch me, so you know that your bodies are more complex than a man's, and so there is more upkeep, and I'm proud of this sister that she does properly take care of herself. And also, I would like to thank her for educating me on BV because I didn't even know that was a thing before this video. So props to her. But let's talk about this sister of hers. Yeah, she is ruthless and she's disgusting for sleeping with her biological sister's man. I think that that is downright bad. I mean, it's for lack of a better term, I just don't see how somebody could do something like that and tarnish a relationship with their biological sister. It doesn't seem like they were necessarily the closest. seems like they were traveling to see each other and whatnot, and they just necessarily weren't the closest of sisters. But that doesn't justify you sleeping with her man, sleeping with her man of 5 years at that. I think that that's a horrific thing to do. So, what do you guys think in the comments below? Do you guys think that I'm correct? Do you guys think that she did a disservice by sleeping with her sister's man and tarnishing a lifelong relationship that they're supposed to have? Or do you guys, in some way, shape, or form, think that it wasn't bad for whatever reason, and that because the sisters didn't necessarily have the closest of connections, that it made room for her to be able to sleep with her man? I don't know. But thank you for tuning into this Clocked Out conversation. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.